Why don't you try uploading a new video to the old account?
There was some kind of block from Google when we uploaded the video and filed an appeal. It's unclear why the block was issued.
For games, you can usually purchase installs through TikTok, which will get us at least those users who are potentially interested in playing the game. If we just show the video, then most likely the best we can do is promote the account created for this game, and then you can monetize it.
Hello everyone, today we are starting another game review from CAS.AI. And today we have an indie developer as our guest. Nikolai, tell us a little about what, how, where it came from, and what you have now.
So, if we talk specifically about Night Staff, it's an indie studio. It was originally created by another person, but I was involved from the beginning. The game, like the studio, was created just as a portfolio project, but it turned out to be very successful on Steam. At its peak, it even reached the top 400 sales on Steam at some point, so we decided to port it to mobile devices. Now we effectively have two projects. One is the PC version on Steam, which continues to develop, and the other is the mobile version for iOS and Android. Of course, we have much less experience there, so we are doing everything we can to gradually move forward and see how the mobile gaming market is developing.
Got it. Well, as usual, we start with what we need to start with, namely ASO, right? Vika, go ahead.
There's a lot to talk about here, actually. Overall, I really love everything related to Escape, and I generally love these games. The first remark I want to make is that we can redo the titles because it's not the most important keyword. I understand that you have together, which is more likely related to the brand, but I would rewrite it because it doesn't contain all the necessary search queries, and there are more than enough of them in this niche. So, if we look, I created a list of more than 40 keywords with a huge amount of traffic. Everything related to this theme. I didn't take any specific directions of Escape, just the classics. Escape, the escape room, and so on. So there's a large pool of keywords and a lot of potential. Let's get back to the text masses. So, regarding the title, I would rewrite it. As for the full description, it's very short. You have more than enough keywords here, so it could be expanded to 3 or even 4,000 characters and include these search queries more frequently, with more variety, so that you rank for a large pool of keywords. Because right now, you actually have a very bad situation. This situation is difficult and is likely due to the fact that you simply don't have traffic for the app. Do you have a lot of downloads in the States right now?
In the States? No. At the moment, almost all our organic traffic is from Indonesia and Malaysia. We don't want it to be this way, but that's how it is, and we can't escape it for now, but we're working on it.
These are great countries. The main thing is that this organic traffic eventually converts, so they watch ads and pay for impressions.
They do that, yes, but the problem is, well, I think we'll get to reviews and other points later.
Well, I looked and analyzed the US because we usually focus on the US. That's how we analyze the situation here. If we look at the US, it's very sad and depressing. But the app is available here, right? I opened it, I didn't confuse anything, everything is fine, just to make sure. Regarding the text part and optimization, you have the main search queries written, and overall they are enough for the current number of characters. But if we talk about ranking and getting better positions, it needs to be increased by 3-4 times. Increase the repetition of search queries you mention here by 3 to 4 times. Regarding skins, there are big issues with the screenshots. I don't know if it's my eyesight or what, but I really can't see anything in these screenshots. I don't know if this is a good option. I would completely redo them so that at least something is visible. Especially the first screenshot. It looks like you went to the wrong app page.
Vika, I'll tell you more. The app looks like that.
I understand, but you need to attract the user somehow. Even if it looks like that inside, make it a bit brighter. Add some captions. If it's a horror game, add some, I don't know, blood drops or something else. Something more vivid because just 4 black spots. I think my point is clear. There's no video, of course.
That's the problem. I still can't understand why I keep adding it and then it disappears. We used to have a trailer from the PC version that I added here, and it was fine on YouTube. We also have a video that I added here, and after some time, it suddenly disappears, the background turns black, and the trailer itself disappears. I don't know what the problem is. And they don't write anything?
Any errors?
No, none are coming through. It happens intermittently. I save the video, changes are applied, These changes are implemented. The video doesn't show. This happens when I try to upload a new video. I upload the old one with a different link. It shows. I upload a new one with a different link. It shows. And then after some time, it disappears again.
Interesting. I haven't encountered such a case before. But we'll keep discussing it. Maybe someone from the team has faced a similar issue and can suggest what to do. I don't know. Maybe re-upload the video on YouTube? Create a new account and upload it there again, or try something else.
We already had a new account for the mobile trailer.
Try another one. Change something somewhere. Maybe it's because it's a horror game, and maybe for some other reasons. So, well, we'll need to look at it a bit later. But, nevertheless, it's desirable to add a video. Although, again, there's a video here on the iPhone, right? We just watched it. Oh, well, load it again, please. So, well, if you see that in the first 5 seconds, when you need to capture the user's attention, nothing happens. It just looks like a screenshot. So you can start the video from this moment, roughly from here, so that at least something is happening, and the person will install it.
There's also a 1-minute limit, I think, for 30 seconds.
Yes, 30 seconds, so it should be as interesting and captivating as possible. With action, with something else, because in the first 5 seconds, when you need to capture the user's attention, nothing happens. So, from a visual point of view, it's clear. Regarding the ratings, well, I looked at the US. We can try to look, well, it's not much better if we look at Indonesia. The rating should be kept at least above 4.5.
That's how it is in Ukraine.
In Ukraine, there are 78 ratings. Why such a difference? In Ukraine, the rating is good, but in Indonesia, it's higher. What's the problem? Are there crashes somewhere?
Well, we had a few critical moments in the game. This is related to the mechanics because initially the multiplayer was paid. People didn't like it. They killed the reviews. Then the multiplayer became free with ads. There was also a period when they didn't like it. And recently there was a bug that didn't connect to the lobby after watching an ad. Indonesians quickly gave up on it. Although I try to keep in touch with them, there's a Discord channel. I try to write in the reviews, like, contact us. I even give out premium if someone helps, for example. Premium gives free access to the lobby and makes everything in the game free without watching ads.
Well, I think you just need to work a little on the funnel, specifically on the rate request for reviews. That's when you ask for a review rating, but again, that's if everything works well. If you release something and it was asked about, then, well, hello, yes, it's regular practice. So, when you have 1 or 2 ratings, it's not a problem. If you say you have traffic, you have traffic. Well, if you can say how many 50, 100, 300, 500 installs per day.
Well, more than 200, 300 probably. Sometimes it jumps to 700.
For Indonesia on Android, on iOS?
In Indonesia, over the last month, probably 70% on Android. On iOS, the downloads are very small, like up to 50, sometimes 30, 20. Per day? Yes, 30, 20, that happens. Yes.
Well, that's not a problem at all, actually. We can fix this situation, roughly, in a week or 2, and get you the rating you need because there are no ratings here. So, it's 1 or 2 ratings, but the problem is that it's a new app with little traffic. 20, 30 installs per day is very little traffic, so reviews and ratings are published very poorly. By the way, this might be the reason why there are none at all. If you say you have a lot of crashes, there are many of them.
I can say this, if there are 103 reviews, the last time I checked, and the average rating for the app is 2.6, I think. So, well, half of them are 1-star ratings worldwide. This is for the overall Android rating.
Forget it, there's no overall rating. You have a country-specific rating. It differs in each country, so there's no overall rating. Well, for you as a developer, you can look at it and analyze something. But for users, there's no such thing as an overall rating. You have a separate rating and reviews in each country. Reviews are visible depending on the language, and the rating is visible depending on the location. For Android and iOS, it depends on the Apple ID. If your Apple ID is set to the US, you see the ratings and reviews for the US, and vice versa. So, there's no overall rating, so you work separately for each country, and you need to look at separate analytics for each country. In Indonesia, there's a certain number of downloads we can pour in so much, or not, or we need to work locally for each country. So, what am I getting at? ASO needs to be rewritten. The text and visuals also need to be redone with the icon. Overall, I have no questions. Everything is written on the icon, but it can also be tested. Try something more interesting. So, if we look at some of the top apps for the keywords escape games, their icons make it a bit clearer what the app is about. For example, they might have a door, a key, or something else. You can look at the top apps and see what they emphasize. But for you, it's just the brand, just some name, and that's it. So it might make sense to try. See here, they have a door, a TV, or something else. Maybe try testing a different icon. The project is good. Escape is a great niche. I love this niche. People play a lot. There's a lot of traffic, many search queries, a lot of potential. But in terms of ASO, unfortunately, everything needs to be redone. And with ratings and reviews, as I said, add a rate request and monitor them, because it greatly affects all your conversions. Even further, as Zoryana will talk about traffic acquisition, believe me, you will have a significantly different price depending on your rating. That is, the higher the rating, the cheaper the traffic will be for you. The lower the rating, the harder it is to find good conversion. Accordingly, the cost of acquisition, even not motivation, well, more precisely, not motivation, and getting organic traffic is much more expensive. But overall, that's it. If you have any questions, ask. In principle, I understood everything. This will be such a difficult moment regarding the change of the application name. We also need to decide, as there is some brand presence, it is somehow recognized. Well, don't change the name. I just don't know. I didn't request the keys from you. I can't fully conduct an audit for iOS to analyze what you have there. I need to understand what your keywords are, written in my console snippet. They are not available to me. From the Android perspective, what I looked at, you have search queries written in the text, but it is very short, it is ranked. You need to increase it 3 to 4 times. So, regarding Android, and even for iOS, look, it's a 5-minute task. You go in, there's a list of keys, the main ones, the popular ones that interest you, but it can be cleaned up and refined. This is not a complete semantic core. I didn't sit there and collect the whole semantic core, but still. You go to ASOMobile, click Generate Keywords, and it will give you the appropriate search query. Of course, you can remove games there, change it, but still it will already form everything as you need. You upload your title here, write the subtitle here, and based on this, it will capture all your search queries so that later, when you have traffic, you have positions for relevant search queries. So, the main task is ASO optimization, therefore this needs to be worked on. If you don't want to change the name, don't change it. For Android, you have a short description and a full description. Insert the keywords you need there. In iOS, you have a subtitle, you have keywords, you have related locales. For each country, there are 1, 2, well, very rarely when a country doesn't have a related locale. Mostly it's 1, 2, or more countries with related locales, which allows you to expand your entire semantic core, and there are enough search queries here. So, there's work to be done. I recommend focusing on optimization. If you're interested, we can do it turnkey. It's not expensive with us. Or you can watch various videos on YouTube. There are millions of videos on how to do ASO optimization. We even release videos from ASOMobile. You can go to YouTube, watch how to collect semantics, how to arrange everything. You have a service that will do everything for you, so you just need desire and time.
Thank you.
No problem.
By the way, we decided on the first name of the app when we uploaded it to Google Play. If I'm not mistaken, it was Escape Together Co-op Horror. A set of words just to look at the keywords.
You understand, right? There are even 10 characters that you can fill in. You don't really have to change your name much. For example, you can write it like this. You still have 5 characters that you can fill in. But the escape room, this escape room, is the most popular query in this niche. You already add it to the name. And accordingly, your chance to get indexed by the most difficult and relevant keyword query in your case is much higher than just escape. So minimal changes. Well, in short, you need to play around a bit, but as I said, you have an available number of characters that you can write. It's 30 characters. I recommend filling them completely because this is the most important parameter. Then you have a subtitle of 30 characters and you have 100 characters for keywords. For iOS, you also have related locales where you can do the same. You can fill them in, and your related locales will be ranked. For Android, you have the name, short description, and full description. Here you also have 30 characters, here you have 80 characters, and here you have 4,000 characters, but you have used only 917. Why are you stealing from yourself? I don't see any sense in this. So, you see escape everywhere, but you never write escape room, although it is actually escape room. I think you should also consider removing the article the, but you can leave it because there are search queries that include the escape room. That's how people write, so you can leave it overall. But again, it depends on what search queries will be in the semantics. So, you collect 50, 100, 150, 200 search queries, and based on them, you will form all your metadata. There are the name, subtitle, keywords, or the name, short description, and full description for iOS. So if you can leave the, you can leave it because it's part of one of the search queries, and it includes the most important part, and there's no place for it.
Okay, what about reviews? For example, how to restore the same Indonesia. You will need to somehow ask the players who played to leave another review.
There are two options here. You can make a rate request inside your app so that new users who come to you leave good positive reviews. It's important to time the moment when to offer this rate request, to try it out. The second option is to simply buy reviews and boost them, well, like 90% of new apps do, in new apps.
Well, the main thing is that those reviews are not deleted very quickly.
They all get deleted. They are deleted from real users. They are deleted from you. I recently wrote a review for an app, so I don't install the app or anything, but it wasn't published. I can check through analytics whether my review was published on this app or not. It doesn't matter if it's from a real user or a purchased user, even from bots, if you decide to use bots, which I unfortunately do not recommend, or fortunately. So they also get deleted. Absolutely all reviews, all ratings go through moderation from Google Play, from the App Store. They can be deleted, they may not be published, they can be deleted, they can come back in a month. But, I don't know, no one works with guarantees on reviews now, I don't know of any service. Or the guarantee is conditionally limited to 7 to 10 days. That's all. Well, we haven't lost many reviews, I even saw some old reviews, asked friends to leave them, but you don't know how many were not published. And we collected a few, maybe 5. As far as I understand, when a person writes a review, the market initially saves it, and you, as a developer, don't even see that the person wants to publish such a review. It's one thing when it is already published and then deleted in a day or two. That's the story. And another point is that, again, the more negative ratings you have, the more negative ratings will be published, they will stick better, they will last longer. As soon as, if we are talking about Android, as soon as you start getting 5s, you need to surpass at least a little in mass, after which your ones start to be deleted, new ones are not published, I mean ratings with 1 or 2 stars, and you start getting 5s published. But in this case, if you continue to get negative ratings and stop getting 5s, the same thing happens. It deletes 5s, returns 1s, or you constantly work with 5s, and then, because you make updates, nothing crashes, everything works well, and you stop getting negative ratings. So in this case, you can stop adding 5s or working on the rating because it won't drop due to the influx of new negative ratings. With iOS, it's not the same story. With iOS, it's a clear average score. It takes the number of 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, 1s, calculates the average score, and based on this, gives you the rating. But in iOS, they can also not be published, they can be deleted over time. In any case, you always need to work with ratings. I recommend any project, especially if you are in the early stages, to work with reviews and ratings, accumulate them, because in moments when your project is in a suspended state, you rolled out a new version, something broke, your ratings just drop like this. But if you have a mass of 5s, then even if something goes wrong, and you get 10, 20, 50, 40, 100, 300 ones, you have a mass of 5s that will cover them. So you won't have a rating of 4.8 and then 1.2. Therefore, these are not such large volumes. If we are talking about the amount of traffic you mentioned, it's very small volumes. That is, 1-2 reviews a day or 1-2 ratings a day to pour. And that's it. And even if 10, 20, 30% are published, it's more than enough. More than enough.
Thank you, Vika. I think they will contact you after the broadcast, as I understand, right? Or are there any other questions? No, that's all.
Can I add some thoughts about the trailer? Yes. So I looked again in my console. There are nuances. So maybe trailers, by the way. Rinaz can say, I think, because it's a horror game, so there may be age restrictions. They shouldn't be in the video.
No, I checked.
Well, maybe ads are somehow enabled on the YouTube account, and there may be a nuance with that.
New account. We have two accounts, one old, and the old trailer was up for a long time. And now we made a new trailer for the new account, but it doesn't want to work. I think I sent the trailer in the chat, or maybe not, I don't remember. I can send it later, maybe you can see what the problem is, I don't know.
Don't you want to try uploading the new video to the old account?
There was some kind of block from Google when we uploaded the video, we filed an appeal. It's unclear why the block came, so while we were appealing, we decided to quickly create a new account. So, all this might be interconnected possibly, but the old trailer wasn't deleted, and the whole game was taken down.
Well, Google can do that, and iOS can too. I would still sort it out with the old account and try uploading the video to the old account and see. It's quite likely that there's something about the format it doesn't like, some element it doesn't like, or some other issue. So, you just remove that video, upload this one, and try it that way. If you won the appeal, if everything is fine, if it is still in a pending state, then finish it first, communicate with Google, try to upload that video.
Thank you, Vika. Thank you. Okay, let's try to pass the word to Zoryana. Zoryana, hello. You've been waiting for a long time.
Hello, hello. Yes. You see, today there was a piece of work for Vika. Vika, thank you. It was very interesting and useful. I think we won't spend much time on purchases. I'll start with my standard questions. Please tell me, have you already tried to buy traffic? Maybe you bought it somewhere on some sources and what came of it?
Only free traffic from TikTok, only TikTok, because there is already a base.
What does free traffic mean? How is that?
There is a person who makes videos in TikTok in batches, sometimes unique ones, because there is good experience. There were videos with several million views on TikTok, and there was an influx in Steam, so we decided to do the same with mobile, but it is still in the process of improving videos and finding the right TikTok algorithms. Creatives.
Okay, and creatives, yes. Well, it's a very interesting way to get users for games. Usually it can be purchased through TikTok, then we will get installs from users who are potentially interested in playing the game. If we just show the video, then most likely the maximum we will promote is the account created for this game, and you will monetize it, not the game. But that's another story.
There are such videos that ask to download, play. It was released for free. On Steam it's paid. On mobile it's free.
But still, the user doesn't go directly. There's no link, right? They go to Google. And you can't track the conversion of users who came to you from TikTok in this case.
Yes, I agree.
Look, no, it's referred. It's referred. You either... There, I think you can get 1,000 subscribers. Insert a link, right? Inserted the link.
We just have a Steam account. It's not a business account. No, you can put a link in the description. We have a Steam link on the Steam game account. On mobile, there were no subscribers yet, I think.
If you can't put a link, show a screenshot with Google Play at the end or middle of the video.
We have sets of screenshots in principle. We have the first one as the entry.
This is a bit different. Insert a screenshot of the Google Play page into the video itself.
No, I mean how to find it in the search. You write escape together and show this Google Play screenshot.
We have the same thing with the App Store. Also, a screenshot from the game page in the App Store.
Okay, let's talk about the game's metrics. The game is only on ad monetization, right?
Ads and in-game purchases.
If you compare ads to purchases, what is the percentage ratio?
Well, now based on current values, probably 1 to 5.
So 17% are purchases and 85% are ads.
Yes, approximately. Maybe a bit more purchases.
And let's tell our viewers who are watching us about the game's retention and playtime.
Oh, retention again, Firebase. Firebase shows us 13 and 3. Yes, that's D1 and up to 20% on day 7 from 0.5% to 1.3 approximately. So what's the average playtime of a user? Well, about 20-25 minutes. I don't remember exactly, around 20 or 23 minutes.
And how many times does a user see Inter and reward ads per session?
We show very few Inter ads. They were added just like that, roughly speaking. Reward ads are shown to a person, well, I counted about 3 to 4 times per session, maybe.
Okay, good. I'll repeat. Look, for traffic acquisition, this is not enough. We need at least 6 to 7 Interplus reward ads per session per user to talk about any return on this traffic.
Zoryana, I want to make a small correction here. This is when we talk about hyper-casual. It's still a slightly different format.
Yes, Oleg, but there's no retention here. What can we talk about in terms of acquisition if we have less than 1% on the 7th day? We need to squeeze 90% of the ads on the first day and hope that there might be at least one purchase. That's in the best case. So probably with the current metrics of the game, we can't talk about acquisition. We need to improve the game, insert more ads, and increase retention. I'll quickly show the games you sent to look at competitors. These are very small games. They don't have enough users. We can only look at downloads where they are being acquired. 136,000 users per month. That's very little. It's nothing.
Is that for the whole period, I think, or for a month?
That's lifetime, I think. No, lifetime is here. I had 30 days set. Lifetime is still 500,000. That's very little, so unfortunately, AppMagic can't give us this information, and accordingly, there are no creatives here either. We can only look at the countries now. Most of their traffic, their main installs come from Russia, the US, and a small share from other countries. In general, for all the applications you gave us, the picture is the same. They are even smaller now, apparently only surviving on organic traffic. So, if you are looking at competitors and want to see where they are buying traffic, you need to choose more active applications because these applications are not buying traffic anywhere. Well, look, yes, there are small purchases here, probably something similar to yours, and the main users who make purchases are from the US, Australia, and Tier 3 countries. In general, what I can say is improve the game, enhance the metrics, and then we can talk about some acquisition. It's hard to find competitors here. There will be many other types of games. Here's a horror game, something like this. Let's take a look. Maybe there's some acquisition, and it's mostly integrals. Most likely they have AppLovin mediation, and they tried AppLovin Max mediation and acquisition on AppLovin, and there's a bit of YouTube, and they tried Unity. Everywhere there are only 30-second videos, but I think it's a slightly different genre of game. Well, the picture at the end is beautiful. Well, for now, that's it. I want to thank our partner AppMagic, which provides us with the opportunity to look at competitors and creatives. That's probably all from me.
Let me add that you can sign up for a free 3-day trial from AppMagic by just looking at the comment on our video. There's a link there.